Hey, welcome back everybody to SJG Perspective. Tonight I have a special for you. We are going to be interviewing Jussie Smollett and O.J. Simpson. A lot of people don't know O.J. Simpson and Jussie Smollett. Jussie was kind of like almost a godson to O.J. It's weird, but they had a little bit of a falling out, but then they came back together, and so I just thought it'd be really important to sit down, Jussie, or to get some thoughts from Jussie and from O.J. on this whole situation, and just to get a new fresh perspective, if you will, from Jussie on what's happened and what's been going on recently. This was recorded right before the charges got dropped. So this time he didn't know the charges were getting dropped. But at any rate, without further ado, let's dive right into it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. All right. So Jussie, tell me, how are you feeling right now?
I'm pissed off.
Wait, what? You're pissed off? Why are you pissed off?
I will never be the man that this did not happen to.
Well, please forgive me, but I'm going to have to keep it real here, Jussie. You do realize that people are actually pissed off at you, right? Because they feel that you manufactured this hoax against them.
I get the idea of pissing people off, that you're going to rub people the wrong way.
Jussie, the whole reason they feel like they're being rubbed the wrong way is because the evidence is pretty convincing that you're not being very truthful.
It's like, at first it was a thing of like, listen, if I tell the truth, then that's it, because it's the truth.
What am I not saying here, Jussie? That's the whole reason they feel this way. It's apparent you're not being truthful.
How can you doubt that? Like, how do you not believe that? It's the truth.
Jussie, just because you say it's the truth doesn't make it the truth. I think a more reasonable response here would be to say, how do you, Jussie, expect people to believe this is the truth? Because there is a lot of evidence that's contradicting your stories, bro.
It's not necessarily that you don't believe that this is the truth.
No, Jussie, that's exactly what it is, actually. We don't believe that this is the truth. I don't believe you. Most of America doesn't believe you. That has a few functioning brain cells. The reason we don't believe you is, again, because the evidence. The authorities even thought your story was BS.
You don't even want to see the truth.
Okay, Jussie, I can see you don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. So let's just move on. We can come back to this. We can come back to this later. I'd like to welcome O.J. Simpson to the show. He and Jussie knew each other way back in the day, and he thought he could bring some interesting perspective to the interview. So thank you, O.J. Hey, I know, O.J., you haven't done very many interviews, and I want to thank you for agreeing to this one.
Well, I'm against the taped interviews because I've been burnt a few times. I've taped the interview, and even last week I saw an interview where they just turned around what I said and edited it and had me saying things that, implying things that I didn't say.
Yeah, no, trust me, I get that, but I'm not going to do that to you, don't worry. Just want to get some of your thoughts and your insights in the situation, that's all, for obvious reasons.
I think the atmosphere, if this had happened before my trial, I think people would look at the evidence in my trial differently.
Okay, I can understand that, but let's keep in mind we're talking about Jussie, so let's not make this about you.
My jury, when they interviewed my jury, the jury did not believe the police, and the media didn't do a good job of promoting that.
Yeah, though, in this situation, it's a little different. Here we're talking about the jurors of public opinion, and the verdict is pretty widely accepted as guilty due to the media and the law enforcement uncovering some very damning facts.
They didn't believe the police. That's why I was found not guilty, not because of some black jury nullification or anything like that.
Well, again, O.J., this isn't really about you, number one. And again, pretty much everyone who is being honest here can see Jussie's story doesn't really hold water, and or bleach for that matter. And in fact, it, kind of seems fairly evident to most people the only reason charges were actually dropped is explicitly because of his connections with the prosecutor, who happens to be black, for what it's worth. Speaking of which, some people think that Kim Foxx was influenced by very high, political figures like Kamala Harris and some old Obama staffers and others to to drop the charges. What are your thoughts on that?
And they knew she was lying, but they never put her feet to the fire to make her explain why she lied.
Jussie, tell me, what do you think about what OJ just said?
It's offensive.
Offensive. Okay. Why is it offensive?
Because it's bull. It's bull.
Ooh, okay, cool down, cool down. Why don't we switch gears here a little bit? Things are getting heated. Why don't you tell us about the night of the
To
attack?
the subway and got the order. As I was crossing the intersection, I heard Empire. And I don't answer to Empire. My name ain't Empire. And I didn't answer. I kept walking, and then I heard Empire. So I turned around and I said, "The did you just say to me?"
Hell yeah, that's something like Tupac would say. Or, gay Tupac. Anyway, what happened next?
And I see the attacker.
You mean attackers, plural, right? Like two of them, right? It wasn't just one, there's two, right? It's okay, man, it's okay. Don't hurt yourself any more than you already have. Carry on.
And he said, "This MAGA country," punches me right in the face. So I punched his ass back.
Sweet, man. Just pow. What's up?
And then we started tussling.
Tussling?
And we ended up tussling by the stairs.
Well, you mean fighting, right? I mean, we can both agree tussling isn't something like Tupac, even maybe a gay Tupac would probably say, right?
Fighting. There was a second person involved who was kicking me in my back.
So they were like kicking you in the back, kind of like what the media and everyone in the public was doing once they found out about your narrative?
That's not cool to me.
Yeah, okay. No, I get it. Yeah, that was kind of a cheap shot. I apologize. Continue.
And then it just stopped.
Unlike the media coverage of this whole debacle, am I right? I mean, it just kept going and going. All right.
It just made me so angry.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. Let's be honest. You make it kind of easy. You set those up. You tee them up for me. I really apologize. Moving on. Tell me what you think about those who really aren't buying your story.
Everybody has their own idea. Some are healing and some are hurtful.
True. And some are the truth and some are your ideas. Anyways, carry on. What happened next?
They ran off. And I saw where they ran. And the phone was in my pocket, but it had fallen out. And it was sitting there. And my manager was still on the phone. So I picked up the phone and I said, "Brandon." And he's like, "What's going on?" And I said, "I was just jumped."
Was that a surprise to him, or was he aware that you had plotted with these guys to attack you?
I don't know what to say to that.
Well, yeah, no, that's to be expected. So now, in the video the police have, why are you so confident that those were the guys?
Because I was there.
You mean you were there when you paid them with the check and hired them to do it? Or is that kind of offensive to you?
It's offensive.
Okay, my bad. I apologize. All right. So, do you think you're going to get away with these charges?
I don't have any doubt in my mind.
So, tell me, how did you feel when the information regarding you paying the two Nigerians to assault you, when all that was made public? How did that make you feel?
For me, when that was released, I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere.
Wow. Got to be honest, that's kind of an unexpected response. I would have thought that kind of bothered you, Anyway, moving on. Okay, so let's go back to OJ. OJ, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you think the $3,500 check that was paid to the Nigerians by Jussie, which Jussie claims was for personal training sessions, do you believe that is what that money was for?
The amount certainly was totally illegal.
Interesting. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. What do you think about some of this other information that's been coming out?
Well, from time to time we get information. Just this past week we got some information that I really can't say what the subject matter is because it may impede it.
So OJ, tell me, are you pretty confident you can get to the truth on this one?
Fortunately for me, I have some private eyes who voluntarily will look into this.
OJ, have you reached out to Jussie's team about helping them on this?
No, I haven't called them.
Jussie, tell me, would you be willing to receive some help from OJ monetarily or otherwise, or would that feel weird to you?
There's a level of pride there.
Sure, you don't want to feel weak or like it's a charity, Is that kind of what you mean?
We live in a society where As a gay man, you were considered somehow to be weak, and I'm not weak.
I don't think anybody thinks you're weak. I mean, we all know you're the gay Tupac, but would you, consider taking some assistance from OJ?
Honestly, I can't tell you honestly.
OJ, it's kind of weird. It sounds like they don't think they want to have your help on this. What are your thoughts on that?
But if they don't want it, I'm sure they'll probably still get it anonymously.
They're like a ping pong ball. Back to you, Jussie Mescu. What do you think about OJ saying he's going to help you whether you like it or not, regardless?
And I absolutely resent that now.
Whoa, Jussie, that could have been a little aggressive. I think OJ's just, wanting to help, man.
It's offensive.
No, I think I can get that. I mean, most people think OJ did it, right? So you don't really want his money, or whatnot, staining your situation, It's kind of blood money around there. I mean, it's not even a stain bleach can get out. Hey, am I right? Am I right?
That just made me so angry.
Hey, man, the bleach comment, I'll admit it. Yeah, it's probably a little bit below the belt. But don't cry. I hate seeing a grown-ass man cry. It's awkward. But OJ, I just think that he just wants to help you. He probably just sees you as a younger, slightly gayer version of himself. You know what I mean?
That's not cool to me.
All right, I keep stepping over the line. I'm sorry. Let's just how about we just move on? How about that? Okay, Jussie. So it sounds like you're still maintaining your innocence, but let's just hypothetically, if this was a hoax, right? What do you think that does to true victims' credibility going forward? Give me your thoughts on that.
I hate this word, but it's unfair to the victim.
Got an off-the-wall question for you here. It doesn't really pertain, but do you think OJ was guilty of killing Ron and Nicole?
I can just assume.
Okay, so let's flip it back over to OJ. OJ, gotta ask you a question, man. Do you feel at all responsible for maybe setting a precedent for celebrities getting away with crimes and, in your case, murder? Just kind of setting them up to where they if you're a celebrity, you get away with crimes?
I didn't commit this crime.
No, I understand you didn't commit this crime, right? Though in a hypothetical, purely hypothetical scenario, let's say if you did it, killing Nicole and Ron, do you think that in some way maybe kind of contributes to celebrities getting away with murder, both, figuratively or literally, and or like in this scenario, figuratively? Do you think maybe you helped with that?
Well, yes, I do.
Do you think the law benefits or gives privilege at times to, celebrity type status?
Certain laws that benefit people in my position.
Jussie, easy question here, softball. Would you tend to agree with that?
I do.
Okay, Jussie, assuming for a moment your story is correct, how are you sure it was racially motivated?
Could only go off of their words. I mean, who says empire, this MAGA country, ties a noose around your neck and pours bleach on you?
I don't know, I'm maybe two Nigerians.
That's not cool to me.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, OJ, do you think, honestly speaking, two guys here just chatting, do you think that Jussie orchestrated this hoax?
Well, yes, I do.
Now, OJ, I know you and Jussie were close at one time, and then you had a falling out. Are you guys still at odds with one another?
Honestly, we've had no problems over the last 4 or 5 years.
So you're getting along now then?
We put our differences aside.
Relationship sounds like it's doing well then. Is that true?
Basically, we've worked real well together.
So can you tell me one reason why you think he is guilty?
Had self-inflicted wounds.
Jussie, what are your thoughts hearing your friend and your almost father type figure say this about your situation? It's okay, man. No, it's okay. Let it out. Let it out. I promise you're gonna feel so much better if you do. Just let it out. Let it go.
Everybody has their own idea. I think that what people need to hear is just the truth. It's just the truth.
Jussie, I totally agree with you. So I'm going to help you here, man. Was it two Nigerian guys that you paid to do this? Just Be honest. Stay with him here, man. I think we're getting somewhere. I think you're going to feel way better if you can just admit it. Okay, just admit it. Was it the 2 Nigerian guys you paid to attack you?
That's them.
Doesn't that feel better, man? Getting that off your chest? Don't you just feel better about it now? Just letting it go? So wait, that doesn't bother you? You don't feel better? You literally are that sociopathic and narcissistic that you don't care that this could have hurt a lot of people and caused a humongous problem in America?
Never did.
Wow, I really don't know what to say after that. A lot of people are taking the whole stance, you are delusional.
I'm told that.
And dangerous, Jussie. I don't really know what to say. Literally, just when you think you're getting somewhere, and then
comes back with a different opinion. They feel totally different.
Anyways, any last thoughts from you, OJ, on this?
Delusional.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up pretty well, what you just said there. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for this interview. Please leave your comments and your thoughts below. And until next time, without fear or animus, we will talk to you when we talk to you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. Big thanks to Jussie and OJ for joining us on this. And maybe we can get him inside. Maybe we can get him back on to do another interview sometime. But until next time, have a good night.